Hello everyone. Today I am going to continue class 12 haloalkanes and haloarenes part 4. In previous chapters we have gone through what is the haloalkanes and haloarenes, what is the classification, what is the nomenclature and how we can prepare haloalkanes and haloarenes. And today I am going to tell you what is the chemical properties. We have two types of reaction. One is a nucleophilic reaction and second is a electrophilic reaction. In electrophilic reactions, in this chapter we will go through the nucleophilic reaction. Nucleophilic reaction, again the substitution reaction. Like, what is a substitution? Substitution means replacement of one element by the another element is called a substitution. Nucleophilic substitution means where is the replacement of nucleus is called a nucleophilic substitution reaction. Again, nucleophilic substitutions are of two types. One is the SN2 reaction and second is the SN1 reaction. First, we will go through what is a nucleophilic substitution reaction. As we know, all the organic compounds are covalent compound. But in the case of haloalkane and haloarenes, they develop the partial charge plus and partial minus. Whatever haloalkanes are there, they develop the partial plus and partial minus charge because of the electronegativity of the halogen series. As we know, carbon has the electronegativity 2 and halogen like fluorine has the electronegativity 4. So what the difference is there? Because of that electronegativity difference, halogen is pulling the electron toward itself. In the carbon-hydrogen bond, there is a partial positive charge on the carbon atom and negative on the halogen atom. Thus, nucleophilic attack the electron deficient carbon, resulting in the displacement of the weaker nucleophile, the halide. Suppose this is a reagent Rx. When one nucleophile is attacking on this nucleophile, what is nucleophile? Who has the love to the nucleus, means itself has a negative charge and want the affection and has the affection for the positive charge. So it will attack on the positive part of the substrate. So halogen will be replaced from here. So Rx will create and halogen will release. The halide are substituted only if the attacking nucleophile is stronger. As the halide ion itself is a very weak nucleophile, the attacking nucleophile should be stronger than it. The order of reactivity of various alkyl halide towards nucleophilic substitution is like Ri, then Rb, Rbr, then Rcl, then Rf. As we know, fluorine is very small in size, so it has a strong bond. That's why it is very difficult to replace it. And iodine is cause being the big atomic radii, it is easy to replace it. Now first we will go to the SN1 reaction, SN1 substitution reaction. By the name we can make out this is a SN means substitution nucleophilic, 1 means only one reagent and one molecule one step reaction is here. Sorry, this is a two-step reaction, but one reagent will participate. Like when CH3CH3CH3X is a compound, when it's going to the substitution reaction, what will happen? First, carbonium ion will form. This is the first stage. What is a carbonium ion? Means plus charge. Plus charge will create on this and halogen will come out. Second step, this carbonium ion, on this carbonium ion, one nucleophile will attack. And simultaneously, this nucleophile will attach with this reagent. This is a very fast step reaction. So, in the SN1 reaction, this is a two-step reaction. Only one reagent is required for this thing. This is nucleophilic substitution reaction. This is first order reaction. The first step is slow and it is the rate determination step. As a nucleophile, in this case we have taken Z as a nucleophile is not involved in the rate determining step. The reaction depends only upon the concentration of alkyl halide and is therefore this is the first order reaction. The order of reactivity depends upon the stability of carbonium ion. What is the matter actually? When reactivity of carbonium ion depend on the substrate. Suppose primary carbonium ion is present like this. One is a secondary and third one is a tertiary. What will be the relation among these halides? The order of reactivity depends on the stability of the carbonium ion formed in the first step. Since 3-degree carbonium ion is most stable, the ionization of tertiary alkyl halide is favored. Why? Cause this is most stable cause of a steric hindrance. The size of the attacking agent is quite big. The order of reactivity for SN1 reaction is tertiary, secondary and primary. Next is the nucleophilic second order reaction, that is SN2 reaction. This is one step reaction. This type of reaction occur one step through the formation of transition state. What happen in this? Like carbon is tetravalent, it's a chiral atom. All 4 functional groups are attached like in this. In this case, we can say one halide is here, one methyl and 2 hydrogen atom are attached here. First, when nucleophile will attack on this, it will all attach in a single carbon and that will be the transition state. What is the transition state? See, both the hydrogen are attached here, halogen is attached here, nucleophile is attached here and methyl group is also attached here. In this transition state, then halogen will release and one compound we will get. Here the rate of reaction depends on the concentration of both the alkyl halide and the nucleophile. The transition state from the tertiary alkyl halide is less stable due to steric hindrance. Crowdy or bulky group, the order of reactivity is primary, secondary and tertiary. As I mentioned earlier, if the primary group is attached, it has a more function reactivity than secondary, then tertiary. Why? Cause of steric hindrance. Nucleophilic reaction of haloalkanes. Haloalkanes reacting with hydroxyl group giving the alcohol and releasing the halogen. Like methyl bromide is reacting with potassium hydroxide. In aqueous solution, it's giving the ethanol. Second reaction, replacement of alkoxy group, formation of ethers. This is called a Williamson synthesis. It's a famous reaction. Now what you have to do, you have to write down, you have to make a notebook, write down all the name reaction at one place so that you can revise time to time. Alkyl halide reacting with the sodium alkoxide, it giving the ether. Example, when methyl bromide reacting with the sodium methoxide, it giving the methoxyethane or methyl ethyl ether and releasing the sodium bromide. Third reaction is a substitution by cyano group. Cyano means CN. When alkyl halide is reacting with the potassium cyanide, giving the alkyl nitrile. This thing depend on the attaching of the carbon and nitrogen. Alkyl cyanide, we will get the alkyl cyanide. Example, when methyl bromide is reacting with potassium cyanide, it giving the propane nitrile. Fourth is the substitution by isocyanide. Iso means, this I will explain later how they are making the cyanide and isocyanide. Ethyl bromide reacting with alcoholic potassium silver cyanide giving the ethyl isocyanide. Substitution for nitrile group. Nitrile means NO2, potassium nitrate, as we have taken the potassium nitrate in this case. Giving the heat, we will get the alkyl nitrile, ethyl bromide plus KNO2 by heating, giving the ethyl nitrile. Substitution for nitro group, alkyl halide plus silver nitrite, giving the nitroalkane. This depends on the attachment, how nitrogen is attached with the oxygen. So there here are two double bonds and this lone pair of electron. Seventh is a substitution for amino group. Amino means NH2 group. Alkyl halide reacting with the ammonia. Ammonia is NH3, giving the alkyl amine by releasing the alkyl halide acid. Ethyl bromide reacting with ammonia, alcoholic ammonia, it will give the ethyl amine or ethyl amine. Like ethyl bromide reacting with ethyl nitrile, it will give the ethyl amino ethane. This is a 2-degree compound. When ethyl bromide reacting with the ethyl nitrile, giving the CH3CH2 whole thrice N, this is N and diethyl amino ethane. This is 3 degree. When ethyl bromide reacting with CH3CH2 whole thrice N, it will give the tetraethyl amino bromide. By this method, we can make the different degree of amino compounds. Eighth is the substitution by carboxyl group. Formation of esters, like when RCOO Ag will react with the alkyl halide, it will give the, in presence of alcohol, it will give the ester. Ester are generally fragrance compound and it's a fruity in nature. Ethyl bromide plus silver acetate, it giving the ethyl acetate, CH3COOC2H5. Next is a substitution by hydrosulfide group. Hydrosulfide means sulfur and hydrogen both are present there, so NaSH. When alkyl halide is reacting with hydrosulfide, it's giving the thioalcohol. Alcohol is OH, because sulfur is present, so it's giving the thioalcohol. Ethyl bromide reacting with sodium sulfide, it's giving the ethaneol. 10th is the substitution by merceptide. Sodium merceptide is NaSR. So we are getting the thioether. In place of, in the ether, we are having the oxygen. RO R dash is the ether, but thioether is RSR dash. Ethyl bromide reacting with sodium mercaptide, giving the ethyl thioether. Substitution by alkynyl. This is a group formation of alkynes. What is alkynes? Alkane, alkenes, alkynes. We have gone through this thing. Alkynes means which have the triple bond. The basic formula is CnH2 and -2. Alkyl halide reacting with sodium acetylide, giving in presence of diether, it's giving the higher alkyne. We can increase the number of carbon. So CH3CH2Br and NaC triple bond CH, giving the it is a sodium acetylide, giving the 1-butene. Haloarenes are lesser reactive, less aromatic compounds are lesser reactive towards nucleophilic reaction than haloalkanes due to following reason. One is the resonance effect. Resonance means at a time they are showing the electrons are moving here and there. That is, in this benzene ring we can see electrons are moving on the circular manner. So this is showing double bond character. This is a resonance. If we will break one bond, suppose the electron will move here like this here, and third one is like this. So this was all about the basic reaction of haloalkanes. Have a nice day. Good luck.